That's when I draw. I said, let me see your hands, let me see your hands. And I shoot 2 times.
Get up, man.
Dallas 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
Hi, this is an off-duty officer. I need EMS. I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
On the night of September 6, 2018, in Dallas, Texas, 911 received a haunting call.
Get up, man.
Dallas 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
Hi, this is an off-duty officer. I need EMS.
26-year-old Botham Jean had been gunned down in his own home, and it wasn't by someone anyone would expect. This incident left the whole country shocked and wondering, was this a mistake or a premeditated murder?
I was scared this person's apartment was going to hurt me. And I'm so sorry.
Like many others, 26-year-old Botham Jean believed he was making the best choice for his life when he moved to the United States to study. Botham was originally from Castries, St. Lucia, where he grew up in a tight-knit family of 5 with his brother Brant and his sister Alyssa. In 2011, Botham moved to the U.S. to study accounting at Harding University. Botham was a big basketball fan and also loved football, playing both sports at the university. His interests extended beyond sports. He was highly influential in campus politics and student governance, even running for student body president at one point. This path aligned with his dreams of someday going back to St. Lucia to become a prime minister.
My whole platform has been to initiate a forum where students can talk freely and can express their views freely and in a positive way.
On September 6, 2018, at around 10 p.m., after speaking to his sister on the phone, Botham settled down with his favorite bowl of ice cream to watch an NFL game. While watching the game, Botham noticed his door open. It appeared he had forgotten to lock it. Suddenly, a police officer walked in, yelling at him to keep his hands where she could see them. Without giving Botham a chance to speak, the officer pulled the trigger, and the bullet went straight into Botham's heart.
Dallas 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
Hi, this is an off-duty officer. I need EMS.
That was the voice of an off-duty police officer who thought she had shot someone robbing her apartment. The only issue was, this was never her apartment.
I'm in number...
What's your address? Do you need police as well or just EMS?
Yes, I need both.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at apartment number 1478.
What's going on?
I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
You shot someone?
Yes, I thought it was my apartment. I'm fucked. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Okay, and where are you at right now?
I'm in, what do you mean? I'm inside the apartment with him. Hey, come on.
What's your name?
I'm Amber Geiger. I need to get me, I'm in...
After a 13-hour patrol shift, Officer Amber Geiger drove to her apartment at Southside Flats, parking in the wrong spot at the apartment complex.
I thought it was my apartment. I could have sworn I parked on the 3rd floor.
Okay, I understand.
No. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. Holy fuck. I thought it was my apartment. Oh my God.
She got into the elevator and went to the 4th floor. But here's the thing. She actually lived on the 3rd floor. It was only after the shooting that Amber realized she was in the wrong apartment. She called 911, but she wasn't proactive and she kept focusing on herself.
I thought it was my apartment.
Amber repeated the fact that she had entered the wrong apartment a total of 21 times during the 911 call. She was focused on the wrong thing, making sure everyone understood her story so much that she was distracted and didn't properly administer CPR to Botham. Shockingly, this continued even after police officers and first responders arrived at the scene. Botham was rushed to the hospital, but the shot was fatal and he never stood a chance. The incident had people asking, did Amber simply commit human error? Was this murder? Or was it another case of hate crime? Amber Geiger, 31 years old at the time of the shooting, graduated from Tarrant County College and the University of Texas Arlington. She completed her training at the Dallas Police Academy as part of class number 336 on July 18, 2014. Amber Geiger's explanation of mistaking Botham Jean's apartment for her own made absolutely no sense. Many questioned how a trained police officer could be so carried away that they go to the wrong floor, walk into the wrong apartment, and don't realize it until they had successfully ended a life of a non-threat. With millions of eyes on the police force, they could not take this case lightly. An investigation immediately started, and on the 9th of September 2018, Amber turned herself in at the Kaufman County Jail on account of manslaughter. This was when everything got interesting. Amber arrived for her interrogation accompanied by 2 attorneys, and during the session, detectives also uncovered various disturbing details. But before we go into them, if you're enjoying the video, please make sure to subscribe. Your support keeps the content coming. Now, back to the video.
Alright, so Amber, what I'd like to do is just kind of start with how your day started yesterday. I guess on the 6th. Something like that. Okay. If you would just start for me.
I wake up every morning, usually at 5:30, take my dog for a walk, get done by 6 o'clock, start getting ready for work. About 8-ish, we're done. We go back to the station, unload our stuff. About 8:15 to 8:20, I probably put my body camera up, and I went back to the back. We all filled out our overtime cards. I did my computer work and did my activity for the day. About that time, it's 8:45. So from there, I leave, drive my home 15 minutes, and I use my key fob to get in the garage. It's about, I'll say about 9:10, 9:15, and I go up. It's a circle garage. I go up. 100% sure I parked on the 3rd floor. I was like, so I was lucky, like I got a front spot. Usually it's hard because I always carry my equipment. So it's like I didn't have to walk a long ways because the hallway I always walk down is so long. So I get out, I go down, make left onto the hallway where my apartment's at, and I put the key fob in the door. And I don't even have to turn it. It's like the door's already cracked or something. So I push it, and I hear some movement around the apartment. And so I automatically draw my gun, thinking somebody's in my apartment that doesn't belong there. I'm the only one that lives there. No one does. And so when I open it, I pull my gun. I still have my bags and everything. I pull my gun out, and I see a dark body, like a silhouette, just standing in the very back. It's dark inside. I can't see anything. And so I say, let me see your hands. The person keeps moving around. I can't see where his hands are going. And so at that point, I feel like you're gonna kill me. Obviously, you're in my apartment. I feel like you don't belong there, so you see me, you're gonna be spooked and be like, shit, I got caught. And so I feel like you're gonna kill me, and I know you're gonna kill me. And then at that point, he's moving, and he somehow ends up more towards the front of the or like the front portion of the counter, I guess, kind of closer from where he was. And to me, you're advancing. I don't know what the hell you're like. Freaking you're going to kill me. And so I shoot 2 times. I walk in, and I'm still at gunpoint. I still have my gun out, and it's at that point when I get to the middle, I guess, the counter top. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, it's not my home. I still have my gun out. I walk up and look at him, and I'm like, I holster up and I call 911. And I let them know whenever I call 911.
Geiger was definitely not as tired from the shift as she made it out to be. She was alert enough to have been sexting with her married patrol partner, Martin Rivera, with whom she was involved in an affair. They had been engaging in a sexual conversation right from the moment she was driving up to her apartment. Surely, whatever they were saying caused her to be very distracted.
I know at first said I need EMS. And they're like, what happened? I was like, I need police. I was like, pretty much I need everybody. They asked me, what apartment number are you in? I was on my knees trying to assist. I was trying to do CPR on him with one hand. I was on the phone with 911. So I walked back outside because I was like, fuck, I'm at 1478. I live at 1378. And so I couldn't even get my numbers, like the actual physical address. I've lived there less than 2 months. I just moved there. So, and then at that point, once the other officers arrive, I hear them in the hallway trying to find me. So I step outside, and first officer I see, he rounds the corner on, I guess, on the east side of the building, whatever side they came on. And I tell him he's in there. And I was like, I let them know he's shot somewhere over in here. That's all I can remember. And then they took me away.
Although Amber claimed she administered CPR, there was no blood on her, suggesting that she likely never touched Botham for support. Unfortunately, her body cam was not on, so this could not be confirmed.
How many ways are there to get from where you park to your apartment? Or is there more than one?
Routes?
Yes.
To go home and to, or like going...
Like you park your car?
I park my car, I go south on Lamar.
No, like you mean once you park it in the garage.
In the garage at home, to go into your apartment from the parking garage.
I always just go in that middle, just because it's easier. Like I always have my stuff with me. It's just a shorter route to go straight down that hallway.
Okay.
Unless like get home late, and then of course you have to walk the heck around. But if you're home late, everybody's parked on the 5th floor. That's the top, so you know you're on the 5th floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only obvious. You know you're on the 5th or you're on the 1st. Are the only different floors that look different. Every floor looks the same.
Okay. Or is there assigned parking or anything, or you just take what's
park
there?
wherever.
Okay. Where'd you park?
I parked right in front of the door, kind of, because I was excited about getting a close spot.
What do you drive?
Dodge Ram 2014.
What color?
White.
You were carrying your gear with you. What is that?
In my left hand, I had my heavy vest, my lunchbox. How many lunchbox? My duty bag.
Okay.
I walked down the hall, take my left, put my key in. The door, I don't even have to turn it. The door looks open. I hear somebody. I see a silhouette. It's far in back. I say, let me see your hand. Let me see your hand. He doesn't do anything. Usually the typical person does this.
Mm-hmm.
They comply. And he did start being aggressive. He started going, hey, hey. And to me, you're yelling at me like, oh, you're about to kill me. You're about to do something.
What made you fearful? I understand that,
in my home, there's an intruder.
Mm-hmm.
You're not listening to me. You're moving around. You're in the back towards the window, then you advance towards like the front near the counter. So I still can't see your hands. You're not listening to me. You're gonna kill me. And their reaction, if you get caught, oh hell, I'm getting out. You're the one that's gonna be out of luck, I guess. Like I would have been the one that would have died. I thought he was gonna kill me. I really did.
When you were walking down the hall to this door, did you hear anything? Did you see anybody?
There was no one. It was quiet.
Okay. When you were putting your key fob in, did you hear anything?
When I put it in, it's like an odd, because I don't know how to explain the key. I'm sure y'all seen the key already, but it's like an electric magnetic key,
Mhm.
and it always my floor, everybody's everybody has problems with their keys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes your light flashes red, so then you have to put it in. You have to put the key in all the time. Take the key out, put it in again, and then see if it works.
Have you ever discussed that problem with other neighbors?
No, I don't talk to anybody. I mean, the neighbor to my right, I'll see him sometimes on a patio. Nice guy, just so. But no, I don't talk to anybody. I go home, go to sleep, go to the gym.
Have you ever gone to, I guess, their management there and
Uh,
let them know, hey, my key's jacked up or anything?
I did once because my key fob, I couldn't get into my own gate. And
Okay.
so they're like, oh yeah, the strip or something's wrong with this. Like, okay. I just moved here and I can't get into my own residence, so
Right.
it sucks.
And is that the same key fob as what you used yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the remedy for that?
So,
How did they fix that?
I guess they just like whatever, I don't know how they do with their keychains or their key fobs. I don't know. They took it to the back. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. Who was that you spoke with when you went there?
She was an older lady. Usually Sabrina's the only one down there.
Okay.
So
Do you know Sabrina's last name?
no.
The detectives found Geiger's story quite interesting because when on the floor going into Botham's apartment, the first thing you're going to notice is a bright red floor mat in front of his apartment. Amber's floor had plants and flower pots, but the fourth floor, Botham's floor, didn't.
She entered into an apartment that was not her own. It didn't have the same doormat. Presumably, the affixments and things on the walls were not like her own. Not only that, he was not armed. Maybe he spoke in a loud voice, but of course, that's because she was in his apartment.
How far did you get into the apartment before you gave verbal commands?
I was at the doorway still.
Okay.
So
Were you in it or still outside?
No, I was still, I guess the door frame,
You can demonstrate however you need to.
I don't know what you want.
Well, if I'm the door frame, so, and then the apartment goes this way.
So I'm literally like this, like still on the metal portion part,
Okay.
and I'm holding the door, through the door frame. I'm holding the door open,
Mhm.
and I see the shadow way back there, and that's when I draw. And I'm not trying to point at you.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Do what you need to do.
So I draw. I said, "Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands." He was way back there. He ended up towards the more portion, the armrest of the couch, closest to the kitchen, and I shoot 2 times. I'm thinking because he's moving around so much, he's not listening. People, when they say, "Let me see your hands," they're going to stop what they're doing. They're not going to continue moving. So,
And in your experience, has that been the case usually?
like,
Outside of this, when you've commanded somebody to...
yeah, they usually comply, or if they take off running, go run after them.
Okay. Was he walking towards you?
He was in the back of, like, towards the patio door,
Okay.
and he ended up more towards the front of and that's, I guess, when all he was moving around. I was telling him, I was like, "Let me see your hands," and he was not giving me his hands.
Okay.
And it's pitch black. I feel like you're gonna freaking pull something out and you're gonna kill me.
What else how dark do you think it was?
There was a TV on, I want to say, maybe, and that's it.
Okay.
I knew where the light switches were because they mirrored the same light switches in my apartment.
Okay. And I guess, is that how you were able to see the silhouette because of the ambient light from the TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And does light come in through the patio door too?
I didn't see any.
Okay.
There was that TV.
What is your...
Actually, that wasn't the first time that Geiger had shot someone. In May of 2017, while on duty, a suspect took her taser and she immediately shot at him. Fortunately, he survived, but Amber was never charged with criminal misconduct.
How much sleep did you get the night before?
5 something, because I usually go to bed around like 12, and I worked overtime that night prior. So,
What time did you get off that night? That would be the night of the 5th, is that right?
I can't remember.
Okay. So you went to bed about midnight?
Yeah.
Got up at about 5?
Yes, 5:30.
5:30? Okay. What'd you do when you got up?
And get ready. So
You said earlier you normally take your dog for a walk, but did you have your dog?
No, I didn't have my dog. But my routine is to get up at 5:30. I don't even need to set an alarm on my phone. I just wake up.
Okay. So you get up, get ready for work, you do your shift like you told me.
Yeah.
And then you come home between 9:10, 9:15. When you shot, where were you standing?
Still in the door.
Still in the door, same place what you
Still
just
in the door.
demonstrated. Okay.
I never, the only reason I advanced is when I saw him fall.
Okay. And do you know if you used a one-handed grip, two-handed grip?
One-handed.
One-handed, and why is that?
Because I didn't even draw my stuff. I still had my stuff in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it was helping, because those doors, they're heavy. And so it kind of was helping me hold the door open too at the same time.
Okay. Which way does the door open?
To the left.
To the left. Okay. Is that the same as your apartment?
Yes.
Okay. When you're facing him and he's back towards, I guess, the patio,
Door.
is he to your left as you're looking at him, or to your right as you're looking at him, or straight on?
Straight on.
Straight on.
Yeah,
Okay. What did he say? Did he say anything?
He said, hey, 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 aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he said. And I said, let me see your hands, let me see your hands.
Okay. Do you have a weapon light on your pistol?
No.
Okay. When you open the door, you told me what you saw, what you heard, and what you did. Did you smell anything when you were there?
I don't remember. I smelled the gunpowder.
Okay.
So the halls smell like weed. The guy across the way from me smokes a lot of weed.
Okay. And did this particular hallway smell like weed?
Yeah, but they always smell like weed. It's nothing new.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Okay. So after you shoot, you said twice?
Yes.
Okay. You holstered up and walk me through that from there.
After I shoot, I still have my gun out. I walk midway to the countertop island, and I see he's down. So I get on my knees and holster up, calling 911, trying to do compressions and stay on the phone with 911. I'm telling him, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. But stay with me.
After reviewing Geiger's behavior after the shooting, the police concluded that she was quite selfish and didn't act like a trained police officer or someone who wanted to save the victim's life. Instead of focusing on Botham, she kept focusing on herself and the consequences for her rather than the life she likely just ended.
Okay, we have help on the way.
I know, but I'm gonna lose my job. I thought it was my apartment.
Okay, and
Hey, man.
fine. Hold on.
Fuck.
Okay, stay with me, okay?
I'm gonna need
We
supervisor.
have help.
Amber was so focused on making her excuses and being concerned about everything, but the fact was that Botham was going to lose his life.
I just wanted to go home that night. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go with my dog today. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't know that there was somebody in my apartment. My dog was. I told him I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I was trying to stay calm to the operator. I was trying.
Don't let the tears fool you. Just 2 days after she wrongfully shot and murdered Botham Jean, Amber's chat showed that she was again sexting her patrol partner, expressing all the sexual things she wanted to do, and that she also wanted to get drunk.
Started doing CPR, is that right? Or some kind of first aid. Walk me through that.
I get down on my knees with my left hand and trying to call that one. I'm just push. That's hard. He's a bigger guy, so it's one hand. It's hard. And I'm weak. I'm sorry.
So just describe how you were trying to administer CPR.
Someone's on the ground. I don't know. You want me to demonstrate how I was on my knees?
Just try to explain.
Just explain to show you do the hand movements.
His head's right here, and I'm just pushing down on his chest. And still, gargling on one. I can tell I know he's hit right here. I don't know if he's hit anywhere else. I couldn't see. And so.
And how'd you know he was hit right there?
I didn't know until I turned on the lights.
Okay. And can you describe him after you turned on the lights?
I couldn't tell you what he was wearing.
Okay. Did he say anything?
Geiger was recorded by a neighbor while she was pacing up and down the hallway on the call with 911, showing she left Botham alone. To make matters worse, Geiger went on ahead to text her partner while on the call. Now, at this point, Botham was still alive, but Amber failed him, leaving him to bleed out cold on his home floor. She should have been fully concentrating on administering CPR as hard as she could, dropping the phone and putting it on speaker while using both hands. Instead, she didn't. While looking into Amber, the detectives uncovered some previous racist comments she had made. Once, a friend of hers informed her that she thinks her dog is racist. And Geiger responded by saying, and I'm quoting, "It's okay, I'm the same." There was also an incident while chatting with a coworker where she made a racially insensitive comment about Martin Luther King.
Did you realize that wasn't your apartment?
When I got midway to that median that's in the kitchen, I guess. How would I
So
say
you
it?
fired 2 rounds.
Fired 2 rounds at the doorway.
You were
I
approaching.
advance up to the that median that pokes it out, and I'm looking. I'm like, it's like that's not. It's like that is not my. It's like that's not my couch. It's like that's not my TV. And I know I still gotta take. I've got to take care of this guy. I still gotta render aid to him.
Mm-hmm.
So until you got even with the kitchen counter, the counter that separates the kitchen from the
living room.
Could you see any light from anywhere else before you turned on the lights? Besides the TV?
No.
Okay. How did you feel after, I guess, the scene settled a little bit? Describe that for me.
I was confused. I'm like, in my head, like that was my apartment.
Describe that for me. Like, you say confused.
Like I guess the feeling of like, is this really happening to me? Like, is this happening? Like, I wasn't expecting to go home. I wasn't expecting that outcome. I mean, I know I can't change it. I can't. And I guess by confused, I just mean I don't know how to. I didn't know how to feel, and I guess my reaction was like, just try to stay calm for the moment because I didn't want people out there just like, oh, if everyone's freaking out. I was just trying to keep myself calm and not trying to worry myself.
Do you feel like there's anything you could have done differently to identify that that was your apartment or it wasn't before you got in?
No, because I'm comfortable going home. Like I do it. Come home.
So is it fair to say it's just a routine that you're in?
Yeah, it's like brushing your teeth. You wake up, brush your teeth, go to the bathroom. So it's just routine, I guess.
If there's anything you could change about this, what would it be?
Can't change it. It was still my apartment. I still felt like that guy was gonna kill me. I wish he was alive. I can't take it back.
Can you give me a moment?
Yeah, you might want to step out.
Sure, sure.
On September 24th, 2018, Amber Geiger's police employment was terminated, and on November 30th, 2018, she was indicted for the murder of Botham Jean.
Effective immediately, Amber Geiger is no longer with the Dallas Police Department. That decision and hearing was held this morning at approximately 10 a.m.
The attorney representing the Jean family called out the Dallas Police Department and accused them of attempting to paint Botham as a drug addict who was probably aggressive. After the murder, Botham's apartment was searched, and the police publicized an affidavit showing that they found 10.4 grams of marijuana in his apartment. In court, the attorney brought it up, and this is what Botham's sister had to say.
The police were in his home. They found a baggie of marijuana.
Right.
Were you aware that Bo smoked marijuana?
I was aware.
Can you give the jury an idea why you believe he would partake in marijuana?
While he was at Harding, he was diagnosed with ADHD, and he was prescribed Adderall. And he started taking the Adderall, but he always complained he didn't like how it made him feel. Like, one, he couldn't sleep while he was on Adderall. And then for him to sleep, he would have to stop taking it completely. And then he described it as crashing when he stopped taking it. So it was always back and forth with it. So he stopped taking it completely. And that's when he started smoking.
Okay. Now, listen, I'm not a judge. Right, wrong, or indifferent, this is the reason why he chose to smoke marijuana.
Right.
Was it anything evil on his part, or was this the way in which he felt he medicated himself so that he could cope?
That was his coping.
Okay. So I want to ask you this. Did Bo ever manifest any weird reactions to marijuana? Or was it kind of like the typical effect of a person smoking marijuana? Did he turn into a crazy lunatic?
No, he would be mellow. Same Botham, just laughing more, but nothing extraordinary.
Geiger was put on stand, and this is what she had to say.
It's the same.
Pulled my gun out, and I yelled at him. It's like, let me see your hands, let me see your hands. I have my gun pointed, and I'm saying, let me see your hands, let me see your hands.
No. And you fire? Why did you fire?
So I was scared. I was scared this person's apartment was gonna hurt me. And I'm so sorry.
I can't understand.
I'm sorry.
How do you feel what you did to Mr. John?
I feel like a terrible person. I feel like a piece of crap. I hate that I have to live with this every single day of my life. And I ask God for forgiveness, and I hate myself every single day. I feel like I don't deserve a chance to be with my family and friends. I wish he was the one with the gun that killed me. I never wanted to take an innocent person's life.
And why did you shoot?
Because I was scared that he was going to come at me and kill me.
Floor.
In front of Botham's apartment is this extremely obvious bright red floor mat.
To say that she was aware there was a red doormat and knowingly ignored it because she wanted to go into 1478 and shoot this man is preposterous.
You knew when you were shooting that gun that you were using deadly force against Mr. Jean.
Yes, it was a threat at the time.
Ma'am, will you answer my questions, please?
Yes, sir.
When you shot at Mr. Jean, you knew you were using deadly force against him.
Yes.
You know what a bullet can do, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And when you shot at him twice, you intended to kill the bullet wound?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you knew he was injured with a bullet, right?
Yes, I did.
And a person bleeds when they're injured with a bullet, correct?
Yes, they do.
Is there a reason why you didn't use this stuff right here, which is designed to control traumatic bleeding?
It never crossed my mind.
It didn't even cross your mind?
No, sir.
Even though he's bleeding in front of you,
No.
and this is inches from you,
It did not cross my
it
mind.
never crossed your mind to use this?
No, sir.
This is the first aid kit that's also included in there, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've got more of that exact same stuff in here. Hemostat gauze dressing for bleeding control.
Yes, sir.
That's also unopened, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, other than, I'm trying to understand this, other than with just one hand periodically with interruptions doing some compressions, did you really do anything else to try and help Mr. Jean?
The sternum rub.
Amidst all the pain, Botham's 18-year-old brother, Botham Jean, did something very brave, forgiving Amber Geiger, his brother's killer.
I can speak for myself. I forgive you. I know if you go to God and ask him, he will forgive you. I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. Because I know that's exactly what both of them would want you to do.
On the 1st of October 2019, Amber Geiger was found guilty of murder.
The jury having reached a verdict, Ms. Geiger and your team, would you please stand? We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Amber Geiger, guilty of murder as charged in the...
The next day, Amber was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment. Many people were not satisfied with this verdict, believing Amber deserved a longer sentence. On September 1st, 2021, the Botham Jean Act, HB 929, also known as Bo's Law, was issued and signed by Governor Greg Abbott of Texas. The law makes it illegal for police officers to disarm body cameras during an investigation. Now, if you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video on the Border Patrol serial killer.